Just across I-25 from downtown Denver, the usual 76,000 fans have made their way to Philip Power Field at Mile High, the home of the Broncos.
Your seat for your 2025 Denver Broncos.
Mike Tirico with Greg Olsen. We're ready to start year 2 together in the booth. Off we go from Denver. Yeah, he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. So out come the Titans, and they are led, Greg, by Cam Ward. Same alma mater as you, University of Miami, the #1 overall pick in this past April's draft.
Well, here it is. This is the moment, Mike, that he has been working towards ever since hearing his name called on draft night. He's put in the work. He's gotten the reps with the first team. He's had some ups and downs through training camp in the preseason. But it's clear, this organization has all the confidence in the world for this young quarterback to go out as the Week 1 starter. And frankly, the hope is he's the franchise quarterback for years to come.
Throwing on 3rd down, Ward. And that is incomplete. Chig Okonkwo was the intended receiver. And it's going to lead to 4th down. On 4th down, the former All-Pro Johnny Hekker out to punt for Tennessee. And back deep is Marvin Mims. This one fielded out beyond the 25. So the Broncos come out, and Greg, they are led by their QB of the future. Found their guy with the 6th quarterback selection in the 2024 draft. 2nd season now for Bo Nix.
Mike, as I think back to opening day over my years of playing in the NFL, it didn't matter if I was a rookie or going into my 14th season. I think every player goes into that game with just a little bit of extra nerves, thinking, all right, new season, new opportunity. Can I still do this at a high level? And man, you get through that first game, and it feels like you can finally take a deep breath and let the season unfold. It's going to be a lot of nerves in this one here today, but the team that settles down the fastest and just gets back to playing ball, they're going to have a big advantage coming away with a big win today.
Working out of the gun, it's Nix. That's taken in. Nice job there defensively to keep him in front of the marker. It's going to bring up 4th down.
It's 4th down.
I think in this field position, Mike, when 4th and short, I think you got to go for it. I think there's at least a conversation going on the sideline about whether you keep your offense on the field or send out your punt unit.
And he's going to be brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football. So, Greg, the Titans, this is one of those resets. Start over, 3-14 a year ago. You get the #1 overall pick. And now you've got a quarterback you hope can be your man of the future.
Mike, I'm not sitting here and saying I knew he was going to be the 1st overall pick, but I'll tell you what, last year, Week 1, I went down, proud Miami alum, to support them down in the swamp versus the Florida Gators, and I got to see Cam Ward play for the first time live. And when I walked out, I'm not saying I thought he was going to be the #1 overall pick and Heisman Trophy finalist, but I'll tell you, there's just a magic.
Oh, they're on him in a flash, and he lost the football. The Broncos say they have it, and yes, they do. In the pocket, looking to throw the ball, but the defense was looking right at the ball. They knock it away and come up with the turnover.
Mike, we see so often a quarterback is so focused, keeping his eyes down the field, looking for one of his receivers to work himself free, that they lose track of where the defenders are. And I think that's exactly what happened here. The defender closed on him quicker than he might have thought, knocks the ball loose, creating the takeaway.
The 10-yard line. A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
Here's Dobbins. And it doesn't appear that he got to that 1st down marker. They'll only give him a yard, so it'll set up 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down.
They'll go with the sneak. And he's going to have the 1st down. Just past the marker. It is 1st and goal.
And the Broncos 1st down. 1st and goal at the 7-yard line.
Here's a run. Nothing there. He is fortunate just to get back to the line. Now it's second and goal.
No gain on the play. Leads to second and goal at the 7-yard line.
The RPO. That one is complete. And he's so close to the goal line. Couldn't get that ball extended. They keep him out, and it sets up third and goal. Throw it. Oh, no chance there. Under a heavy rush, he goes down.
The last thing you can afford in this situation, Mike, is to take a sack. You don't want to go backwards and make the fourth down try that much more challenging. Keep the ball on the ground. Even if you come up short, you'd get another crack at it. And I think now on fourth down, if they do go for it, it's got to come through the air. Yeah, he does a nice job handling that kick there, but I think offensively, you come back to the sideline and you're thinking, we have to find a way to finish these drives. I mean, to be in first and goal and settle for 3, that can be very deflating for an offense settling for too many field goals.
And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. The Titans offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. Their 2 drives so far, not good. Punt, lost fumble. Trying to make amends here on drive number 3. The drive starts. It's a carry by Pollard. This time they're ready for it. Room to run the last snap. Not this one. They stop him for no gain.
At the 29-yard line.
He'll take a shot down the middle of the field. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose. And it's going to force third down. The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line. That's the Pro Bowler from a year ago, Nick Bonito. He's got his first sack of the season here early in week 1.
The defensive coaches, they preached all week, Mike. They have to have relentless pursuit of this quarterback when he tries to extend the play. So often it results in a great play for the offense and a big pickup. This time, because of that pursuit, it leads to a big loss.
To return, it's Mims. And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. Back onto the field comes the Denver offense. They'll look to build on their 3-0 lead as this drive starts with a 1st and 10. They show jet sweep and instead run it up the middle. And he'll only be able to muster a couple of yards. T'Vondre Sweat there on the tackle. On 2nd down, it's Nix. That is the Pro Bowler, Jeffrey Simmons, working his way in to register his first sack of the new season.
And these are the type of splash plays that can have an impact, especially as the game goes on. So offensive line has to do a better job to make sure that they have this protection shored up and that this isn't a sign of things to come.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. From the shotgun, here's Nix. And this is going to be incomplete. That is a letdown there. Pass looked to be on target. No catch. And now 4th down. Here's Jeremy Crawshaw now. He's on to punt for the 2nd time in this opening quarter. DK to return. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. Out comes the Tennessee offense. They get set to see what they can do. They'll start out 1st down and 10. They'll give it to Pollard to start this drive. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10.
Play fake. Now Ward to throw. Short one there to Okonkwo. And he's out of bounds. It's a gain of 4, but now it's 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
Shotgun snap for Ward. Down the field, but It falls incomplete.
And this offense just cannot get anything going right now on third down. If you ask any offensive play caller throughout the entire league, the importance of third down, maintaining possession, making the defense stay on the field and have long extended drives, it is critical to not only scoring points, but ultimately winning in the NFL.
The Broncos offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. On the ground, here's Dobbins. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
I can promise you that is not how they wanted to start this drive, Mike. I mean, to get blown up at the point of attack, there was just nowhere for the back to go on that run.
2nd down. Nix. That's complete to his running back, J.K. Dobbins. 3rd and 9.
A gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 9.
They'll throw. It's Nix. A quick throw. That's complete on the slant. And he's down inside the 40-yard line. A gain there of 23 yards. Good for a Denver 1st down.
At the 37-yard line.
These third down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. If you want to stay on the field, you better be good on third down.
35-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's
now a 2nd down throw for Nix. Thrown into a sea of bodies, but it's complete. Here's 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Now Nick's going to look to throw. There's a short one taken by Ingram. He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
To throw is Nix. He is hit before he can get rid of it, and down he goes. Jeffrey Simmons. What a way to kick off the new year. 2 sacks in the first half of the opener. So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. Throwing is Nix. That'll be complete to Dobbins. And they were hoping for a little more on that one. Brought down well short of the first. It'll bring up 4th down. On now, it's Will Lutz to try the field goal. This will be from 42 yards out. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Broncos, on the strength of 2 field goals, take a 6-0 lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line.
Their own 26-yard line.
On 1st down, Ward. To the left side, caught by Ridley. And he's going to be brought down. And with that tackle, we hit the end of the 1st quarter of play. Titans football here to start quarter number 2. From the 35, here's 2nd and 1. As we are ready to get back underway. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. It's a pickup of 12. 1st down for Tennessee.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 46.
Again, it's Pollard. Tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line. Good run after a good run. This one for 14 yards and another 1st down.
A gain of 14. 1st down, Titans.
Out of the gun, they give it to Pollard. He'll work his way forward for about 3 yards. Jaquan McMillan in on the stop.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
slot man gonna move in motion left. From the gun, here's Ward. That is the rookie from Stanford, Alec Iomanner. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8.
Titans first down.
They'll send a tight end in motion.
And the Titans first down.
On the handoff, Pollard. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's second down.
He was brought down at the 26. A gain of 2. Brings up second and 8.
Out of the gun, Ward. Open right side is Okonkwo. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8.
And the Titans first down.
They run it straight ahead with Pollard. And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
Brought down right at the line.
We'll try again here. Second and 10.
Brings up second and 10. At the 17-yard line.
To throw is Ward. Looking middle, and he's got Ridley. And they'll get him down inside the 5-yard line. It's first and goal coming up.
That's good for a Titans first down. First and goal at the 3-yard line.
I love the way the ball's been moving around to different guys this drive, Mike. I mean, it really keeps the defense guessing and off balance. And now, this defense is going to have to figure out how to keep this offense out of the end zone because it's first and goal. A loss was definitely not something they had accounted or budgeted for in this spot. And now, I think it really limits what do you feel comfortable dialing up here on second and goal.
Throwing, Ward. This one is complete along the sideline. A very nice job to fit that ball in. It'll be a modest gain. Joey Sly on now for the point after. His kick is good. And the Titans move out in front by a point. It's 7-6. Now, following the play, we're going to get a stoppage. There's an injured Bronco. He'll get himself looked at, but this is not how you want to begin a new campaign. Following the touchdown, here's Sly to kick it away. This taken at the 5. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. That's where the offense will take over. The Broncos offense make their way out to take over once more. Greg, you take a step back and look at the AFC West big picture. This is historic stuff. Chiefs are going for a 10th straight division title. But you have to remember, 2 other teams in this division won double-digit games last year. So the question is, are the Chargers and the Broncos that far behind Kansas City?
You know, it sounds crazy. When you mentioned 9 in a row, you think, oh, hey, they're just going to continue to run away with it. But I'm actually fascinated by this division. I think L.A. and Denver are a lot closer to this year's version of Kansas City, maybe than there's a lot of talk about around the rest of the league. So until someone beats them, you'd be crazy to not pick Kansas City. But last year it was a 4-game and a 5-game spread between them. I think this year, come down the stretch, that spread is going to be a lot tighter.
No, Greg, I'm thinking if I'm a fan or even in the front office for the Chargers, or the Broncos, or the Raiders, do I build my team to try to knock off the king of the hill? Because you only play Kansas City 2 of those 17 games. So how do you factor that into your construction?
Yeah, I think it's such a great point. It's really fascinating to dive into. And while I wouldn't necessarily build my roster to just beat Kansas City or to just beat whoever you view as the top team in the division, you do want to find some commonalities among your 3 division opponents and make sure you are built to play within your division. Remember, that's 6 of the 17 now. Winning the division, you get you home playoff games. There's a lot on the line when you win your division and compete for that title. So Yes, every team has to build their roster. If you have a bunch of really good quarterbacks, you better be able to rush the passer and play pass coverage. If you're playing a lot of ground and pound, big running backs, you better be really good on the inside in defense and be able to defend the run. So there's themes across every division, and the teams that are built to compete within the division are usually the teams that find themselves in the playoffs.
And it's third down.
Ward now on third down. Oh, in trouble, and down he goes.
These pass rushers, they love these situations where they can just pin their ears back and go after the quarterback. They knew they had a chance to put an end to this drive, and they didn't let it go to waste.
Here's Johnny Hekker now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Taken at the 19. And some nifty running on the return. Picked up some good yardage before he was taken down. The Broncos offense ready to get back to work. You know, Greg, early on, it's always new faces in different places. Off-season movement, what caught your eye?
I think there's so many good ones, right? You talk about Stephon Diggs. He ends up in New England, and Cooper Kupp now. He's moving on to Seattle from the Rams, but I think it's the guy the Rams signed to replace him, Davante Adams. I know he's not the youngest anymore, but watching him play in New York with Aaron Rodgers last year with the Jets, he can still run, he can still make every catch, he can still go up and compete at the high point. I think you put Davante Adams with Matthew Stafford, Puka Nacua, in that offense run by Sean McVay.
Under pressure, and down he goes. They got him. Sebastian Joseph Day getting in there to bring him down. His first sack of the season.
What a first half for this pass rush, huh, Mike? I mean, they have just completely dominated this game. They are in complete control, and you have to imagine this offensive line, there's got to be some adjustments up front. They just cannot allow their quarterback to continue to be hit like this.
3rd and long. Now some movement up front. Flags down. Mistake-filled first half continues. The task now a really tough one. 3rd and very long. Working out of the gun. It's Nix. He'll dump this out wide to Dobbins. And he'll get a good chunk of that yardage back, but he's still well short of the first down. This brought in out past the 20. The Titans offense ready to get back at it. Greg, when you look at the AFC South, there's an appreciation for what the Houston Texans have done. A couple of different quarterbacks, a couple of different head coaches. They've really been the team over the last several years that has been the team to beat in this division. And for the others, there's been moments. The question is, what pieces can they put together to try to knock Houston off the top?
Yeah, and you know, nobody wants to be in a league, right, Mike? Your coach got fired probably for a reason. You're drafted at the top of the draft order for a reason. Typically means things didn't go great. But if you're going to rebuild, I'll tell you, you want to do it in a division where there's a lot of wins on your schedule, and that's certainly the AFC South over the last couple years. So as bad as things feel with your Jacksonville and Tennessee, the fact that there's not a big dog in your division, your ability to find yourself climbing up the ladder is not as far as away as it might seem in the moment.
And Greg, I've heard you say a bunch of times, if you have a quarterback, you have a chance. Well, both of these teams at the bottom of the division last year, Jacksonville and Tennessee, they've got #1 overall picks as their quarterbacks. One who's been around for a bit in Trevor Lawrence, and one who's recently been drafted in Cam Ward. They have to be #1 overall pick performers for these teams to come challenge at the top.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And with Trevor Lawrence, Mike, we've seen him play top-tier #1 overall, got a big new contract. I mean, we've seen him play franchise quarterback-level ball. It just hasn't been frequent enough. And then, of course, in Tennessee with Cam Ward, we're not sure what it's going to look like, but we knew in college he was incredible. So if they get the Cam Ward we saw last year at Miami, if he brings that culture-changing presence on and off the field in that locker room to Tennessee, I wouldn't be surprised to see Jacksonville and Tennessee higher up that list.
First down, Tennessee.
those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points. So often when it comes to safeties, Mike, we talk about their speed and their range. But for him to be able to come up and make a tackle and be physical at the point of attack and keep this ball carrier to no gain, that's pretty impressive.
Here's Ward now on second down. He'll get this over the middle to Jefferson. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. Ball down to the 16-yard line. And it's 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
Up the middle, here comes Pollard. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that. 2 minutes to play in a tight one-point game in this first half. Greg and I return to Denver after this. Here's 2nd and 9. Here's Ward. Connecting with his tight end, Okonkwo. And the Titans are going to have 1st and goal, trying to finish off this drive with a touchdown. Now the Broncos going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll be disappointed there after giving up the first down. Pollard. And this one ruined quickly. Take them back to the 5-yard line. Now a timeout, Denver. That's their second. And they'll get together prior to the second down play. They send Ridley in motion. Looking to throw, it's Ward. That's to the end zone, but they cannot connect. It's incomplete. Backfield empty. 5 receivers in the formation for 3rd down and 5. Now it's Ward. This one is pulled in on the feet in bounds. Yes! Tony Pollard. Touchdown, Tennessee.
So when you find yourself this tight to the goal line, Mike, the offense becomes a lot more restricted in as far as how deep you can throw the ball. The field is wider than it is long, and I think the idea here is let's spread them out. Let's put all of our eligibles out there and let the quarterback get a really good picture. Where are the holes in the coverage? Where are the one-on-one matchups that I like? And let's put this ball in the quarterback's hand, let him make a good decision, and in this case, it results in a touchdown.
Next, the score, Titans 14, Broncos 6.
Following the touchdown, here's Sly to kick it away.
For Tennessee.
On the return, here comes Marvin Mims. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Broncos offense ready to come back out for this next possession. You know, Greg, as we get the season going, obviously the adjustment to last year's new kickoff rules in place. We talked to a lot of coaches during the year. Folks didn't seem too bothered about letting the other team have the ball at the 30-yard line after a touchdown. But the 35-yard line, I don't know, does that feel any different to you?
You know, it does, and I think the part that people don't talk about enough, Mike, is the impact that it's making on going for it on 4th down, not settling for field goals. Because remember, in the old days, if you got stopped inside the 5 or you scored inside the 5, it was all the difference of if I kicked a touchback, they got the ball at the 20. There wasn't that much of a spread, but now all of a sudden, is it in my best interest to settle for a field goal and kick off when I could give you the ball at the 35? Or even if I fail down there tight in the red zone on the 3, you now possess the ball inside your own 5-yard line. So I think that's an element now that's causing offenses to go for more touchdowns, kick less field goals, because the ensuing kickoff is giving my opponent the ball in much more favorable territory.
You know, the other rule that is adjusted are overtimes in the regular season will mirror playoff overtime. Each team getting the ball. I'm so happy, Greg, because it just felt so incomplete when a team got to overtime, but then they're up. That is caught back corner of the end zone. J.K. Dobbins. Touchdown, Denver. Not a big score, Greg. They continue to get points, but After not getting touchdowns, this has to feel really good to this offense.
It really does, and I think anytime you can build on your confidence that now you know the rest of this game, you can finish these good drives. Coming away with 2 field goals, those are wins for the defense. So now a win for the offensive side of the ball, and got to see now if you can keep this rolling throughout the rest of this game.
Makes the score Titans 14. Broncos
Still a little
13.
time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. From the 6, here comes a return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Titans offense going to take over here in the final minute of this first half. Their lead is just a point as they begin it on this drive with 1st and 10. Shotgun snap for Ward. That's caught over the middle by Iomanner. Here's a timeout, Tennessee. It'll be their second as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining here in half number 1. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. Send a man in motion right. Back to throw is Ward. Run caught. It's Chimway DK. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down. There's a short one taken in by Helm. And they'll have it across midfield down at the opposing 46-yard line. Titans going to use the last of their timeouts here as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in the opening half. To the air again, Ward. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete. 2nd and 10.
It's 2nd down and 10.
Again, it's Ward. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete. Joey Sly comes on. They'll try the field goal here. That comes out low. It is blocked. Nix, now to throw it here on 1st down. He's going to let this one go deep. That's going to be incomplete. They took a shot on the final play. Prayer not answered. And that is how this first half will come to an end. Certainly a tightly contested first half, and you'd expect more of that here in the second half. A 1-point game as quarter 3 begins. And he'll manage to get this back only to about the 20-yard line. The Broncos offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this 3rd quarter. Now, Greg, you start to think about, okay, who are the teams that didn't make the playoffs last year that have a chance this year? Look, it happens every year. We just have to identify who they are. Who are a couple top of mind for you as we start 2025 here?
As I start in the AFC, I think the Cincinnati Bengals, and you got to think the way their season ended last year, they rattled off 5 wins straight, really on the back of Joe Burrow. We could have made the argument if they're a playoff team that Joe Burrow was the best player in the league. I mean, he was incredible. Most weeks, Mike, he single-handedly carried that offense. Now, new defensive coordinator in Al Golden coming from the college ranks. Can he just make that defense in Cincinnati average? Because if they just play a little bit better with that high-profile offense, I think they're a team. They might not win the division with Baltimore, but they're going to be close and maybe at least get one of those wild card spots.
Why don't you flip it over? Who are the guys you're watching in the NFC?
I think Dallas is going to find themselves, just the fact that I know the division is difficult. Obviously, Philadelphia remains really strong. Does Washington kind of regress a little bit back now in year 2? They were the high-profile, big splash team of last year. Do they regress to the median? Time will tell. But I think healthy Dallas, healthy Dak, healthy Micah Parsons, like that roster that we saw play last year is not the roster on paper that we expected to see. So I think Dallas has a chance. I think San Francisco always is going to be a team, again, dealt with their own injuries last year, McCaffrey and all the stuff on defense. So I think San Francisco and Dallas are 2 perennial teams we expect to be in the playoff hunt. They missed out last year. I wouldn't be shocked to see them back in it again this year.
he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
Even when it seems like they're putting a nice drive together, Mike, they just can't seem to escape this pass rush. It has been relentless all game long, and they get him here again.
Second down. Nix. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete.
Incomplete. Brings up third and goal.
From the shotgun, here's Nix. And this is caught, but I don't think he stayed in bounds. He did not. It's incomplete. The throw took him past the boundary, and it'll be fourth down. 3 for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. And the Broncos will take the lead here in the third quarter.
Job number one on this drive, find a way to get the lead. They, of course, would have loved to score a touchdown, Mike. But 3 points here, that's a pretty good consolation prize as it moves him out in front.
He's across the 20, taking down just shy of the 25. The Titans offense trotting back out for their first involvement of this second half. They trail by 2, and will start this drive with 1st and 10. Running here, it's Pollard. Past the 45. That'll change things. Out of bounds inside the 35.
It's a pickup of 44 yards. And the Titans...
They'll go back to Pollard on 1st down. Finding room to the 20. And they'll finally run him down, but he takes it inside the 10-yard line. A couple of big plays, one after the other, and now it's 1st and goal. Now a run, and it's their fullback with the carry. He'll be wrapped up there down at the 3-yard line.
A 4-yard gain brings up 2nd and goal.
They'll try to run this one in. That one only good for a gain of 1 to the 2 to set up 3rd and goal.
And with that run, Mike, even though it brings up 3rd down, it still keeps this offense in what they call a 50-50 downs. It means with the down and distance provided, you can call a run or a pass, and both are equal threats, and that's what makes it so hard for
the pass rush gets home, and he goes down. That's the linebacker, Alex Singleton, in to drop him on 3rd and goal, and that will send the field goal unit out. On 4th down, on is the veteran Joey Sly for the Titans field goal. This, about as short as you can get. He makes up for the earlier miss. This time, the kick is good. And the Titans will take the lead here in the 3rd quarter. So the mistake there, the roughing call on the field goal, they'll take the 3 points off the board, keep possession of the ball, and have it 1st down. Trying to create some space, but will not find much. He'll get a yard. They'll mark it at the 3. Ball a little closer now. It is 2nd and goal. Throwing is Ward. And he's forced to just get rid of it here. Now they're going to have to regroup and try again on 3rd and goal. Now they'll set up to throw. It is brought in the end zone. Then Jefferson. Touchdown, Titans. That's his 2nd touchdown now here in the season opener.
That was just too easy, Mike. It's just straight man coverage. Great route by the receiver on the slant. You just can't give up an inside release deep in your own end zone because, as you just saw, it's pitch and catch.
Slides extra point, up and good. And the Titans will up the lead to 5.
16.
Following the touchdown, here's Slides to kick it away. This is going to be taken in at the 3. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Broncos offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. The deficit is 5, so they'll try to put a drive together here, and they'll begin it with 1st and 10. That is brought in downfield by Sutton. His 5th catch of the afternoon. Good for a 1st down.
Broncos 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Didn't take them long to get now to their opponent's side of the field. I like the idea of starting this drive with some explosive pass plays. That's going to open everything up, both underneath in the passing game and on the ground. So big play to get this drive off to a fast start. The speed and the get-off by the big interior defensive tackle, Mike. I mean, he got through there so fast, he almost took the handoff himself.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. Back to throw is Nix. He connects with Mims. And they'll take this down inside the 35. They'll come up here 1st and 10.
First down.
To throw is Nix. First, it's incomplete. He did get the pass off, but he got drilled before he let it go.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
That throwaway certainly isn't ideal in this situation, especially when you're trailing at this stage of the game, but no damage done. Move on to the next play.
He'll give it to Dobbins. He'll get him behind his blockers, get forward for a pickup of 3. The linebacker, Cody Barton, in on the tackle.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd.
Nix from the gun on 3rd down. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
They'll throw. It's Nix. Oh, a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass he say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up 2nd down. Here's Nix to throw. Got it into the hands of Mims. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down. A run with Dobbins. And he's going to have the 1st down. Just past the marker. It is 1st and goal.
And the Broncos 1st down. 1st and goal at the 8.
Throw it. Nix. And this one's going to be a loss of yardage. He's marked out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
A loss of 2 brings up 2nd and goal.
Now a 2nd down throw for Nix. That one taken in. Portland Sutton. Touchdown Broncos.
What separates the really good quarterbacks from everybody else in the National Football League, Mike, is not only ability to process, but the ability to process quickly under pressure. And I think that's exactly the case here. He's able to go through his progression, find his target in the end zone, and then deliver that ball on time, accurately, and the result is a touchdown.
Throwing is Nix. He'll swing that out wide, and he is not able to get to the goal line, so they stop him, and up the lead up to 3. It remains a 1-point game. So now after the touchdown, Luck's going to send this one away. On the return, it's Jim Dike. He'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. Tony Pollard heading out with the rest of his Tennessee teammates for their next drive. And as you take a look at the numbers, you have to imagine he was the top conversation in that locker room at halftime. They got to find a way to slow him down. Nothing they've done has worked so far. And good blocking up front. paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground.
A gain of 9.
From the 34-yard line, here's second and a yard. Ward going to keep it here on the zone read, and I don't think he got there. Wrapped up at the line of scrimmage, and now you're looking at third down.
No gain on the play. Brings up third and 1.
In motion, it's Jefferson. Using the jet sweep for the fake, they run it up the middle. And he will have a Titans first down. At least it appears that way. Didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on third and 1.
At the 36-yard line.
From the gun, here's Ward. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. Pickup of 11 yards on that one. That's good for a Titan first down.
A gain of 11 on the play. First down, Titans.
Out of the gun, Ward. And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away, and that'll set up second down. Looks like we have an injured Titan on that play. He'll get himself looked at, but this is not how you want to begin a new campaign. We'll try again. It's second and 10. Throwing, Ward. He takes off.
Well, let's give credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was nowhere to go with the ball for that quarterback. He had no choice but to just tuck it down himself, and he's able only to pick up a short gain.
We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Big play coming up. This is third down. To throw is Ward. He'll drop this one down to the fullback. And he'll try to get to the marker, but he's going to wind up a yard or 2 short. The Titans punting unit comes out to the field. They forced a punt, trailing here in the fourth quarter. And this is going to pin them back. It's out of bounds inside the 10. The Broncos offense, and Bo Nix getting ready to go back to work. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read seemingly every time. And he's brought down after a gain of a couple. They'll come up on a second down and 8. Working out of the gun. It's Nix. That one incomplete. Good job. Textbook there. Separating the man from the ball. And it'll bring up third down.
Third down and 8 yards to go.
Now Nick's going to look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a fourth down.
For the Broncos.
That's taken in and the 50. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. The Titans offense headed back to take over once more. Off the bootleg, it's Ward. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up second and 7.
Play fake, now Ward to throw. Throw here down the field. Will fall. Incomplete. Here's third and 7. Shotgun snap for Ward. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So I really like the decision, Mike. This is a rookie quarterback making more veteran decisions, and I think in his growth process this early on in his career, those are really good signs, because how often do we see these rookies still think they're back in college, they're the best player on the field, and they can make every throw, even if it's not there. You're not going to get away with that consistently in the NFL. Throw it away. Really nice job here by the young quarterback.
Back onto the field comes the Denver offense. They'll begin just shy of midfield with a 1st and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. That is incomplete. No way to force the football in there. Good coverage. It'll bring up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and
He'll drop to throw. He'll dump this out wide to Dobbins. Oh, nice open field tackle there. He could not get free. They're going to stop him for no gain.
no gain on the play. It's 3rd and 10.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. That'll be complete to Dobbins. 13 yards on that pass play. 1st down, Broncos.
13 yards on the play. That's good for a Broncos 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
They're trying to burn some clock here as they keep it on the ground. J.K. Dobbins. And he's in. J.K. Dobbins. Touchdown, Denver. He had a touchdown catch earlier. This time he takes it in on the ground. Greg, that's the way to handle it. Up 1, go down the field, get the touchdown, and extend the lead to 7.
Mike, the key for this offense is they were at their best when their best was needed. Being able to extend this lead late in the 4th quarter, they've got to be feeling pretty good about where things stand to close this game out.
The kick by Lutz is good. The Broncos are going to open up the lead to 8.
Broncos 29, Titans 21.
So now after the touchdown, Lutz going to send this one away. Now return coming from the 7. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. Out comes the Tennessee offense. They get set to see what they can do. They'll do so with 1st and 10. They'll run. This is their fullback getting the carry. And they'll take this up to the 30. Pick up the 5. 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 30-yard line.
Now run for the first time for the veteran Raheem Mostert. No dice there. He is met and tackled behind the line of scrimmage.
Tackled back at the 26-yard line.
He sniffed that one out from the jump. I mean, once he diagnosed and knew where the ball was going, he got there in a hurry, and he put an end to that play really before it ever got started.
3rd down and 9. Here's Ward. This offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
Mike, this isn't real complicated. You're just not going to win a lot of NFL games when you continue to give up sacks at the rate that they are. I mean, this is just a complete disaster for this offensive line, and if they don't get it fixed, this game could be a runaway.
The Titans sending out their punter as he'll hit this from just outside of his own goal line. And he looks up, he's taken down right away. Maybe fortunate just to hold on to the ball as he was tackled immediately after hauling that one in. The Broncos offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. 1st and 10 now from the 36. Now it's Dobbins. A modest gain. Maybe 2 yards. It's 2nd down.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment, and keeps this to a modest gain at best.
On second down, it's Nix. Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down. Sebastian Joseph Day. He works his way in to record the second sack of his young career. Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. From the shotgun, here's Nix. That's caught left side by Ingram. And he's going to be out of bounds right around midfield. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. That's caught once again by Ingram. And he's close to another 1st down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches.
Here's Dobbins. He's going to be taken down at about the 30. Looks like we have an injured Titan on that play. He'll get himself looked at, but this is not how you want to begin a new campaign. On the ground, here's Dobbins. And he finds some space, tackled after a gain of 7 on 1st down. From the 23, this is 2nd and 3.
At the 23-yard line.
They'll stick with him again.
And after that short run, puts them a little bit closer to the 1st down marker. And they're going to need to create more running room on the ground if they plan on extending this drive.
This one's just too far for the receiver. Out in front of him. That one falls incomplete. The offense is staying right there. They're going for it. 4th and a couple. Nix gonna throw for it. That's taken in. And he will have the 1st down. So they took a chance on 4th and 2. Didn't get it by much, but they do convert to keep the drive going.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
From the shotgun, it's a give up the middle. And the Broncos are going to have 1st and goal, trying to finish off this drive with a touchdown.
That's another Broncos 1st down. 1st and goal at the 6-yard line.
To throw is Nix. That one incomplete.
Smart decision there on 1st and goal. If it's not there early, don't get baited into a bad decision. Just throw it away and live for another down. Really nice decision making here. Brings up 2nd and goal.
And he's got another one. J.K. Dobbins. Touchdown, Broncos. What a start to the season. It's a 3-touchdown week number 1. This has got to feel good, Greg. You open at home and a great performance with one more touchdown added on top.
Not many better ways, Mike, than to create some excitement amongst your fan base than to have a great home opener. Every team works all off-season. They stress it during training camp. Let's get off to a great start, and then all of a sudden you're able to do it in front of your home crowd. Man, this has been a really impressive performance.
Broncos 36, Titans 21.
So now after the touchdown, Luck's going to send this one away. This is fielded inside the 5. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Titans offense ready to see what they can do. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. Now it's Ward. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
So many of these possessions start with negative plays on 1st down, and you're just going to hear every offensive coordinator stress. It is so important we don't fall behind the sticks, but when you just can't pass protect and give your quarterback time, this is going to continue to happen.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. One of the tight ends in motion right. Looking to throw, it's Ward. A throw on the move is caught. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down.
2 yards. And it's 3rd down.
Back to throw is Ward. Thrown on the run, but it's off target. Behind his man, and that is incomplete.
I think he predetermined that 3rd down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
Now, a deep ball here for Ridley. And he's going to pick up a Titans 1st down. They convert in style there. Big play on 4th and long.
And the Titans 1st down. A gain on the play of 70 yards. And the Titans 1st down.
They'll put a receiver in motion right. Again, it's Ward. It's made right side by Ioman. He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
It's now 2nd and 6.
To the air again, Ward. And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
A loss of 4 yards. It's 3rd down.
On 3rd down, they go with Mostert. What's the play call here? 4th down and 7.
Bonito on the tackle.
They snap it to Ward. That ball caught. Alex Iomanner. Touchdown, Tennessee. And that's a football to hold on to forever. His first NFL touchdown in his very first NFL game. And now it's a 9-point game, so they'll go for just 1 here. The kick here is good, so they are back within a possession. That gets it down to an 8-point game.
28.
So, things a little more interesting now. Back to a 1-score game as they kick it away. On the return, here's Mims. Now an opening past the 30. Nice job on the return. He's down close to the 35-yard line. The Broncos offense and receiver Courtland Sutton ready to get going again. They'll go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. This drive will start on the ground. He left that first defender grasping for air as he winds up getting 8 out of that one. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. They'll run for the first time with their fullback. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. Whistles here. We have another stoppage. Timeout called by the defense with 1:53 remaining. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Up the middle they go. And he'll get about 5. And now we'll get a timeout by the defense. So the clock stops with 1:50 left in the game.
Brings up 2nd and
They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all. Titans going to use the last of their timeouts here. Talk things over before 3rd down. They'll drop to throw. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10. It's another big play in a game that's had its share. 31 yards.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And After that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
From a little further back, here's 2nd and goal. So this will wind up a win for the Broncos. They move to 1-0, getting the victory to begin the new campaign. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Broncos are winners. As we say, so long from Denver.